our love reading. Pick a card. It's a marathon. So welcome this morning. And as I light the Palo Santo and have the beautiful breeze blowing in my window, it just reminds me that if we allow our ashes and smoke of our previous relationships and we allow the universe to blow through our lives and remove it, we're going to be better off. I love the message of the ancient teachers who say that the smoke, when we do a fire ceremony of any kind, what it means is that we are opening ourselves to releasing things like we haven't today are all about, as it turns out, this is our third one, so we've done a few signs already, and the energy is so juicy when it comes to love. So let's go through these cards and see who is coming out in part 3. And we'll start off with our Virgo. Hey Virgo, I am so curious. What is it that we have for Virgo? So the first thing we're going to do is draw from the True Love reading cards for our significator. And let me that's over here. Okay, and we have the commitment card. Virgo, this is your card. What is it that around the area of commitment? Okay, well, the very first, I'm getting like a rush of feeling that there's been some questions about commitment. See how the swans are meeting each other with their head and their beaks, but notice the separation at the heart. So I feel like you may be in relationship with someone that you really want a commitment and they just won't do it. They've committed to you with their mind, they've committed to you with their voice, but they have not committed their heart. Virgo, that must be painful for you. Let's see what the cards open up for us. And we have the 10 of Cups. Yes, oh my goodness. You have been pinning a lot on this relationship because you really believe this person is your happily ever after, Virgo. And I want to draw the rest of the cards before I tell too much of this story, because it does seem that this particular Virgo reading here is for someone who is in a situation that is just stalled a little bit, or you're not getting the person to make that comment. You may be a person that's waiting for somebody to say, I love you. You might be at that stage of your relationship where who's going to say it first, right? Are you going to say the L word, or is your person? So you may be reading the situation a little bit harshly. If you're dealing with somebody who's shy and introverted, or if you are too, it's going to make the whole discussion about intimacy and connection that much more difficult. So what I'm seeing here is that the person you're with, yes, you do have a sense that they are your happily ever after, and at this point the jury's still out, right? You can't tell. So let's draw the rest of our love oracle here and see if we can get a piece of wisdom just for you, Virgo. And we have take your power back. I was sensing some of this is going on, that because you're wanting this so much, you want your happily ever after, you're tired of breakups. I think of Taylor Swift's new album and all about finding her person. And like her or not, if you can read her lyrics as the poems they are, she's so vulnerable about how she lost her power. And what's the one, So Long London? That song, I just got goosebumps thinking of it again, because she had to give up on something that she truly thought was her happily ever after. So I feel that going on here in a big way. So what you need to do is open up the communication. Now, there's that John Gottman. That's a good resource for you. He's a researcher on relationships, and he's on YouTube. He's not a psychologist, psychiatrist, or marriage counselor. He's somebody who knows that it takes friction to make a relationship hot and juicy enough to hold it together. And you have to understand how to use the friction. So you don't know how. You don't like friction. You hate friction, right? So what are they talking about? This is what you need. Another is Relationships by Jimmy. He's so fun, little bitty short videos, but if you're a woman, you'll laugh at yourself. If you're a man, you'll laugh at yourself. If you go by a different definition of human, you will come to laugh at yourself for your experiences when you give away your power trying to kiss up to somebody who needs a different form of communication. Okay, check out John Gottman. Now, for the romance part of it, our romance angels, let's take a peek. And we have the codependency card. Did that come out in the last reading? Hang on, I have to look. Because I want to make sure I'm not... Okay. I have to let everything happen. What I've learned as a tarot reader is that perfectionism is the enemy of progress. Can I hear an amen from the peanut gallery? I have to let go of perfectionism. Universe is beating me up a little bit about this because perfectionism causes me to stop when I need to move forward. So the idea that some sort of habit is holding you back. Addiction, yes, because if you're addicted to not having conflict, if you're addicted to peace at all costs is not peace at all. Conflict is the juice. You can't have good sex if you don't have good arguments. I'm so sorry to break that news to you, Virgo, but you can't be afraid of that conflict. You have to embrace it. Check out Relationships by Jimmy. I think that's it is, a relationship with Jimmy. He's wonderful. Okay, let's move forward. Let's see who is next. Love and romance. Who of us can't use a little of that, right? Coming down to our last few. Who would like a read? Taurus, it's your season. Let's read for Taurus. Taurus snuck into yesterday's readings, which I loved because I was trying to not do the astro signs because I wanted to answer questions, and the astro signs kept showing up, and Taurus snuck right in, so I love that. If you're a Taurus, check that out in yesterday's lives. Okay, let's go. We have chivalry. Yes, I would say that Taurus totally enjoys a chivalrous partner. Chivalry is like the knights in shining armor, they would lay their coat on a puddle so you wouldn't have to put your delicate feet into the puddle to walk across. Taurus enjoys being celebrated. Taurus enjoys being important in a relationship. So these are things you can't give up on, Taurus, right? You desire. On the other hand, maybe you're the Taurus who is the chivalrous one. Ooh, the wind is blowing in right when I said that, notice? Yes, I think that this reading is for the chivalrous Taurus. Okay, let's shift the direction a little bit. So you are a person who likes spoiling your partner. You're a person who has it down pat. You've got the flowers, you've got the personality, you've got the servant's heart. You want to be chivalrous. And so what's the problem, right? What's the problem? Let's pull cards. Four of Wands. This is a promise card for a successful couple, and it shows the development of passion is at a low stage. There's definitely promise here, but remember that the wands or the stave suit goes all the way through the king. So this card shows an immaturity. And so Taurus, either side, whether you're the chivalrous one or you enjoy receiving chivalry, the reality is that when chivalry is happening, it's a low vibe occurrence compared to the juice of a committed, fully functional relationship. So Taurus, you may be quite young. You might be in your 20s, or you could be older, but people think you're immature, that you're pretending to be chivalrous. Don't worry about that. You know what? You're developing on your own. You know what it is that you're wanting from life. And this idea of being chivalrous is just so important. The idea of being romantic and helping your person feel so loved. Absolutely possible for you. But you're in like a cocoon. It's so true. You're like a cocoon. And look at how his cape, it's like he's coming out of the cocoon, got it? So you're definitely coming to a period this summer when it's so juicy and there's so many things happening that are just right for you. So do the learning you need to do. there's a web guy, a YouTube guy named The Astrology Guy. He has the most wonderful personality info on the signs that I personally use. So there's a video on his channel that's called How to Get Along with a Taurus, How to Date, the Do's and Don'ts of Dating a Taurus. When you listen, I think you'll hear hope, you'll laugh at yourself, and he will give you some good advice. When I listened to What You Need to Know About Scorpio, I was not thrilled with everything I read, but I get it. I can get so uppity. Now, let me talk about uppity. Somebody said, you're pretty domineering, and I went, oh, am I? I don't want to be a mouseketeer. I'd rather be a domineer. But then I went and read the definition, and it was so bossy. I thought, oh. But uppity to me means it's more lighthearted, but it's pushy. So when my Scorpio personality gets too much that way, I need to realize it's just undeveloped. And I need to continue working on my own view of what I want from chivalry, not to get stuck at this place. Okay, let's take a peek at our love oracle. This is very interesting, Taurus. I'm getting a lot out of it myself. Okay. Deception. Someone is wearing a mask in this relationship, and guess who it is? It's you. Because you have been fearful. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to cause anybody to leave. You don't want to lose a relationship while you're learning about yourself. That's a lie. Look, we all want to find someone that gets us. At the end of the day, and Janice, if she's here, she would say yes, because the type that you think that you want, the type of person, your list, there's some deception there, because your list is coming out of your past disappointments in love. And in order to step out fully, you just need to continue working on your own magnetism. What do I mean by that? Why are you the best boyfriend ever? Why are you the best wife ever? Why are you the perfect partner for your person? When you start working on, Abraham Hicks calls cleaning up your vibration. And I would turn that around and say cleaning up your mood. If you're moody, you have to address that. Nobody wants to live with a moody person. So again, we're looking at the soulmate generator, which is a journaling tool where it will teach you how to get rid of some of the clutter. It's just clutter. Okay, let's take one more look at this card. There's clutter here. There's stuff he doesn't need. Doesn't need the flowers, doesn't need the horse, doesn't need the cocoon. All he needs is himself. Okay, so there's something going on within you. Your energy's cluttered. This is a good time for a personal reading. There are hundreds of readers online, as well as in your very own town, probably. And so get yourself some more cards pulled if you think that'll help you find out how to step out of this deceptive pattern. Meanwhile, let's take a look at our romance angels and see what your final card is, Taurus. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Yes, I remember once when Oprah was saying that she flirts with everyone as a TV host. And I thought about that, and she does, because what she does is she makes each person that she's with feel like they're the only person she's talking to. People really enjoy attention. So flirting does not mean I want to go to bed with you. Flirting means I want to feel a deeper connection. So even if you go to Starbucks or a bistro in your area, you take a moment to look right into the eyes of the person who takes your money and thank them from the bottom of your heart, like sincerely. That could have flirty energy on it. You can be lighthearted as you give other people your best. Okay, so in order to flirt cleanly and clearly so that you pull in people who get you, you do need to do a little bit of work around your fear of conflict and your desire to just have them read your mind. No partner of yours is going to be thrilled if they feel like they have to read your mind before they can be close to you. So I would say that when it comes to the summer, Taurus, You can expect to meet new people and to be completely having pleasure within the scope of who you see, both dating and friendship, but that your ability to handle that friction is going to make or break you. Because the first time you feel a little wobble and you feel like, something's off here, we don't want you running, because it takes a lot of commitment to build that for your future. Okay, so let's see who we have here for our next reading. Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, what's up for you, my friend, when it comes to love and romance coming up this summer? So we'll pull our significator card. Oh, nice. Aquarius, this is a big deal for you. I did a Gemini reading in the part 1, and I did a Libra reading in part 2. I think now I'm all confused. But what you're going to want to do here is to check out all the air signs, because they will give you a bigger read, because the air signs share a bit of insecurity. Okay, so if you're Aquarius, you're in such a, how would I call it? What is it? Oh, okay, perfectionism has got you a little bit too. And there does seem to be a theme today that's preventing people from advancing in their relationships because they're afraid of making a mistake. And so I'm sensing that. And the universe has been on my own personal case this week with making mistakes during these readings and having the courage and sense of humor to release my mistakes. So for you, Aquarius, I think that you need to step out into something brand new, a new hobby, something new that's going to shake you up personally. Your relationship potential is right where it should be. You've got a long journey. I'm feeling like if this is a committed Aquarius, then I'm having a lot of, again, if you're having a feeling of pressure in your upper chest, anybody listening, just lay your hand on your chest, take a breath. Wow, I've got a huge lump in my throat. You know that feeling? And typically I can feel what my clients are feeling. So, wow. There's somebody, this reading is for someone who has a hard time speaking their truth. They want to say things, but it won't come out. It's like it comes right up to your mouth and you want to say it and your fucking mouth won't say it. I'm feeling this incredible pressure. So let's pull the cards here and see what's up. And 9 of Cups. Aquarius, my darling, you have nothing to worry about. Whatever has been bothering you, that I can't say that, I can't bring that up, I can't talk about it. It's false. I like when Abraham calls it a false premise. There's a falsity here that this person can't handle what it is that you want to share. Aquarius, I know it would be nice if they read your mind. Believe me, I wish that some people in my life could read my mind, but it doesn't work that way. So Jimmy on relationships, there should be a link in the description box that will help you, because you have a wish fulfillment card here. So before you judge yourself too harshly, you need to allow that there's some adjustment you can do. You can't change your personality, nor should you. But if you go to the astrology guy and you allow him to teach you the what would you call that? The basic aspects of Aquarius, you'll understand yourself better, and then you can access what you need. Notice how her arms are in the air. Can you see where this is coming down here and then going here? The sides of this mountain are coming right down, and there's that reflection right here, that triangle. So if you can imagine this spiritual maturity flipping, right, so that it pours into here. I'm having trouble describing my sensations, but you do have the potential to look at your situation with way more wisdom than you have right now, to understand that there's nothing that wrong with what's going on. It's just that you're afraid to talk about it. So those John Gottman, his material is fantastic. He's a researcher, he's not a marriage counselor. And he teaches that you have to have friction or there's no fire. Okay, so there's something in you, Aquarius, that is out of balance here, because you have, it's better than you think, and having arguments or discussions that are tight are not going to finish your relationship. It will only enrich it. Got it? Okay, so let's look at our love oracle here and see what we have. Oops. Yes, okay. Beautiful. Look at that. The reconciliation card. Wow. This could happen. I worked with somebody a couple years ago, and we were doing tapping because I love to tap. That's how I release myself from heartbreak. But we were tapping together, and she was dubious. She was skeptical. It's like, tapping cannot work. How can it work to tap on parts of your body and have your fear of conflict? Well, how can that work? Well, we did the work together for probably a couple months, and then she emailed me. She said, Catherine, you'll never believe what happened. My boyfriend from high school, remember we talked about how when he laughed at me with his friends and how devastating it was for me in high school. I haven't heard from him in 25 years. I just got an email and he apologized. No lie. I just got goosebumps. When things like that happen to me as a reader, it just gives me confidence to trust the messages. For whatever reason, the way I tell the stories helps people. I can't explain that, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. When you start dumping, there's something that's called the complaint cure, and it is a cure. I'm going to put it into the comments for you, because when you learn how to handle your complaints in a more holistic way, you might find that somebody from your family or an old friend will reach out and apologize to you. And that would be a true sign of how you can move energy. Now, did you know that a complaint is an unexpressed request? Let me say that again. A complaint is an unexpressed request. Meaning, in your current situation, whether it's this lover, friend, family member, if you complain about something they do every day, that means you haven't asked them to either stop doing something or ask them why they're doing it. You're not investigating. Okay, so the more you complain, the more you have to investigate your own self and think, what's the request here? For example, let's say your person loves pickleball and they play pickleball too much. See the green? They're playing pickleball. They're playing pickleball 5 times a week, and you know it's good for them. You know that they're having their exercise and they're being all social and blah, blah, blah. But you are complaining to your friends every day, that damn pickleball, I hate that he plays pickleball. And your friend says, well, why don't you play pickleball? And you say, I hate pickleball, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about. If you're complaining about pickleball, then you need to make a request of your person. What could you ask them? Could I come, now please don't click off when I say this, okay? Could I come and watch you play pickleball and we could go get a cup of coffee afterwards? If that's like a shocking idea to you, probably you should do it. Or you could say, I would like to spend more time with you. Could we go and then suggest something other than pickleball? I keep saying pickleball, because pickleball is not your thing. But if you continue to complain about it, guess what? It's a disinterested. It's like, I don't want to be intimate with you. I'm complaining about you. So watch for the complaint cure. You'll like it. And now from the romance angels, we have retreat. Exactly. So what this is showing you is that you do need to do an audit. Think about how much complaining you're doing. Really, put a bracelet. I like the bracelet thing where you put a bracelet on, and every time you catch yourself complaining, you switch bracelets back and forth, so that you can really realize you're doing more complaining about your friends or partner, Aquarius, than you are consciously laying out the desires that you want for them. Even though my person plays too much pickleball, I can choose to be patient about it. And you can substitute pickleball for anything that they're doing when they're not doing for you, right? Even though their love for pickleball seems to be wrecking our marriage, the truth is, what if I stopped complaining about it? I don't even know what might happen. Even though I resent pickleball with all my heart because it keeps taking them away from me, the truth is, I don't know if that's happening. Why do I hate pickleball anyway? Do your own audit. And if you're just joining me and hearing all this pickleball talk, just start at the beginning of the Aquarius reading. And by the way, that makes me want to remind you guys and myself that these readings, even though you're not Aquarius, you might have totally resonated with that, right? And so that's a sign that when we do these collective readings, they are, see how I love how the wind is joining us, but when we do collective readings, it's spooky how they can fit, like I was reading directly for you. I get that, happens to me too. There's a couple of readers, Chris over there at Minnow Pond, he's fantastic. The White Feather Tarot, one of my favorites, and also, who am I forgetting? Sunshine, not Sunshine Tarot, that's a different person, but Sunshine, her readings, I feel like she might as well say, Catherine, this is for you. So don't be surprised if some of the readings that you hear are actually not your sign at all, but they simply, there's a sentence I said or a photo you saw, there's something here to uplift you. There's only 2 cards left, and I'm not going to leave somebody out as we close part 3. So I'm going to do this reading for Aries and Pisces. So if you are Aries or Pisces, this is your reading. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for looking at all 3 parts because there's cool stuff in each one. Thank you for being patient as I make my mistakes along the way. And let's see what our significator card is for Aries and for Pisces. Life purpose. This is such a reflection on the previous reading that we had, because when you realize that I think every human's life purpose is to radiate love. I mean, you could have other life purposes, like you're a lawyer or a doctor or you're help people, whatever, singer, songwriter, whatever it is that you know is your purpose, great. But when people come to me and say, do you believe that there's life purposes? Do you believe everybody has one? And I say, yeah, I do. I really do. Because I love to teach about how to calm yourself and get along with people. That's all I do. And I love that because I've had a lot of people in my life who's disconnected from me and I don't know why. And I have a quirky personality, being neurodiverse. And if you don't know what that is, you can Google it. But my brain works different. And so I'm insecure in relationships and I have great confidence in doing other things. But if I have to bring something up that's uncomfortable for me, believe me, I can stall better than anybody. So life purpose, if you take on that your life purpose is to radiate as much love as possible, you can't go wrong, Aries and Pisces. Let's see what else is here for us. We're going to select the next card from the Lover's Path Tarot. I love this. If you would like to have a private reading and have me pull from this deck, all you have to do is let me know. But this 3 of coins, okay. So the 3 of coins is a collaborative energy. It's teamwork. And notice in the card, she's alone. So you may be a person, Aries, Pisces, you may be a person who is just finishing a time of isolation. For those of you who are watching the reading and you are not Aries or Pisces, please don't be concerned because your energy may be represented. That's why you're here. But she has had to be the designer, the financier, and the artist for something, this 3 of coins in this depiction. So this person being introverted, when you guys are very introverted like this, it can be difficult to pick your next step forward. And that's where, when you focus, this is where life purpose, am I supposed to be doing this? You know, am I, let's say you're a real estate agent and you are doing commercial real estate and you've built your own system, you've got your own thing going, but you feel ill at ease. You feel like you're not where you want to be. So it might be that they're getting into residential would give you a shift that would allow you to do something a little bit different. Or if you're looking for a new career because you're walking away from what you used to do, you can never harm yourself by working on saying, my life purpose is to radiate as much life as possible. So let me give you affirmation for that. Even though I'm not sure what's coming next, the truth is I can always work at radiating love, right? You can always go back to that life purpose because it will put you in the right place at the right time. When you talk to people who have manifested things like vacations and trips and even money, which has happened to me many times, just out of the blue, where things just appear on the scene, that is your evidence that as you radiate more love, things come in. Notice how these birds, they're both carrying flowers. So you're going to get your flowers. You know what that means? It means people see your worth and they tell you. Online right now, it's called giving flowers. For example, did you know that when you hit the thumbs up, you're giving me a flower? What that is something that tells somebody you love them, you appreciate them, and you know they're doing the best they can. The singer Jelly was interviewed by Theo Vaughn. If you haven't seen that interview, I strongly recommend it, because the way Jelly talks about flowers and the way Theo talks about flowers, it really helped me understand that we have to find a way to support the people we love. We can support them in many different ways, but what flowers do they like? Sure, they might like roses, but maybe they want compliments. Maybe they want you to praise them in front of their friends, right? Aries, Pisces, something needs to grow. You have to collaborate, perhaps talking to, like getting a reading, for example, or talking to a friend and saying, I just feel so isolated, but I definitely want to be connected. How do you connect with people? That's a great thing to ask people. When you don't know people or you want to meet someone new, what do you do? And if you have a very gregarious friend, somebody who's not socially fearful, that could be a great tool for you to just pick up some confidence, okay? So let's look at our beautiful love oracle here for you, my dear Aries and Pisces. And we have a new love. A new chapter begins, whether it is with a new partner or in a current relationship. I love this for you, because what this does is it just confirms exactly what I'm talking about. That as you take on, this is what I want you to do, Aries, Pisces, the next 3 months, I want you to take on that idea that one of your life purposes is simply to radiate love. It doesn't mean get love. Got it? It doesn't mean sweep it up like a vacuum cleaner. It means radiate. So how do you do that? How do you radiate self-confidence, and how do you radiate to do this? Well, part of it is just admitting that you don't know how. So even in your own mind, even though I don't know how to radiate love, I'm open to the idea. Even though I already think I do radiate love, I'm open to radiating even more. Even though radiating love doesn't seem like it will get me more love, I guess I could be curious about that, right? But there's lots of ways to open yourself to the divine for more love radiation. You can definitely use the complaint cure. I'll put the resource in the description box. It's a journaling tool. It just helps you get rid of the doubt that you can radiate huge degrees of self-love, because it'll give you the directions, tells you right what to do. Watch for that resource, okay? And we have one more card to pull here. Oh, I'm late. My last 2 cards. We have from the Love Romance deck, we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Thank you, Romance Angels. What a great promise for you, right? Aries, Pisces, whether you're in a relationship or not, these promises for you are so significant. This is such a small task. For even the next week, put a Post-it note up into your, wherever you'll see it every day, and say, I am radiating more love today than I did yesterday. Got it? You don't have to be Aries and Pisces to do this. In fact, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get a Post-it note, put it on my bathroom mirror that says, I am radiating more love today than yesterday. And I'm going to say that every day, because if we accept that that's one of our life purposes, it's going to create openness for sure. It has to, because the divine desires that for the whole world. If everybody right now simply got up in the morning and said, I intend to radiate more love today and then tomorrow. Are you with me? Can you commit to this? Let's do it. All right, that's our readings. I got through all the signs, I hope, in this three-part live extravaganza this morning. Thank you for all the love that you're bringing to my channel and to me personally as I complete my experiment. Go live every day in May. So I'm going to just put a circle, a heart, not a circle, I'm going to put a heart around that beautiful heart, that everyone that hears this message today will take on that challenge every morning. I intend to radiate more love today than I radiated yesterday. Are you in? Go forth and prosper, my dear friends. I love you so much. We'll see you next reading.